Hey guys, welcome back to Throttle Adda. We are here today to talk about the upcoming race, that is the Italian GP that's going to happen in Mugello. So we have our Throttle Adda panelists who are going to discuss more about the upcoming race. And here is Johnny and Mahesh. So the first question for today is: everyone is talking about the rider that has shown his potential, that is Miller. Will Miller do a hat trick this time?
Yeah, 100%. He'll. I feel he's in the best form. I would say the last two races were top-notch performance. So I see him very confident. Ducati is rising. So yeah, I personally feel that he might do a hat trick.
All right, awesome, awesome. That's great confidence.
So I also think the same. For Ducati, they have been lucky. I believe after Casey Stoner, this is the second Australian that they have got who can actually ride a Ducati. And with the kind of performance he's dishing out in every race, yeah, I think there are good chances of him coming at the podium. If not at the podium, at top 5.
So the next question that we are going to talk about is Marc Marquez. Now, Marc Marquez has been in the championship since 8 years, but after his accident, he has not been performing well. So will Marc Marquez do a comeback this time?
To be very honest, I feel he was going good the last race. Some mistakes here and there in the wet race. He got him back, and then he was trying to get ahead, and he was showing that he's promising. We somewhere felt when he was leading the race that he is back. To me, he yet looks hungry. And the next race seems to be like a wet race as forecasted. So fingers crossed, hope for the best.
That Marc Marquez is an amazing guy. Now you need to understand the fact that he has got 3 surgeries done on the same breast injury. The doctor said that because of an infection, he was not able to recover properly. But this time it is like it seems that he is recovering very good. The reports are positive, and that also shows in his riding style. He has been riding really good. Unfortunately, he missed out on the last race because his front end he just skipped and he crashed. So you need to notice the fact that he didn't crash once. He crashed, he got up, he was again riding really good. He was climbing up the position. Again, he lost the front end, and that was the end of race for him at the last race that we had. So yes, I do think that see that there are bright chances of Marc Marquez coming up again.
Okay, awesome. So Fabio has maintained the charts, very well this time. He has won races. Fabio is like the Lorenzo of for Yamaha this time, because Lorenzo had the same, the kind of enthusiasm for Yamaha. And I can see that in Fabio. So will Fabio maintain his position this time?
See, Fabio to me looks way too strong this season. He has that winning attitude where he is just riding to win. Okay, the last race, the third position, much deserving position, and for me, he might win the next race. So
I do agree with Johnny. Like whatever he's saying, I do agree with that fact because he was very content with the second position that he was in. I think second or third, right?
Zarco took that second position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So both Miller and Fabio did a mistake where they took soft tire into consideration. Zarco was on medium, so that gave him that advantage.
What I've seen, the kind of improvement in Fabio in these years is he has started to understand the bike and the grip level of the tire, everything. So everything is going perfect for him. He's making sure that he is on the podium, he is getting those crucial points so that he stays in the championship contention.
All right. So let's talk about our MotoGP world champion, that was Joan Mir last year, right? So he created a different kind of magic last year in MotoGP, but this year he has not been consistent at all. So will he, or can he create the magic again this year?
I'm not sure what Suzuki has done this season that he's not been performing up to the mark. But for me, Joan Mir can do a comeback at any time, like he did the last season. He can come from behind and win this season too. So he can be a contender at any particular time.
So Joan Mir is a really good candidate. If you see his performance in Moto 3 and Moto 2 as well, he was really good. Okay, so I do see that he is a good rider as well. You will need to give him some time, as well as even the Suzuki also needs to make some improvement in their bikes, because in few races the bike has not performed that well. So yeah, that's one thing, and it would be really frustrating for both Suzuki and John Mir not to make the most out of the given chance that they have.
Oh, that's fantastic. These guys are amazing. But
Yeah,
let's talk about the most amazing rider in the history of MotoGP, that is Valentino Rossi, right? So Valentino Rossi is one guy whom we all have followed, right? I believe like we all have followed till now. He has done everything in his career. He has cracked all the code in MotoGP in his career. So he doesn't need to prove anything. But what do you think? Is Rossi tired or he's not able to perform this time?
Yeah, to me, he doesn't look like the same old Rossi, but he's trying to survive. He has his own team over here. He wasn't that competitive compared to last few seasons. But if I have to see his performance in last race, to be honest, he seemed like he's trying to be the same old Rossi. He was trying to be a little bit competitive. So good points that he collected last. Next race is as per the forecast, as I said, could be a wet race. So if that happens, we might see same old Rossi.
yeah, but Johnny, what I think is it completely depends about on the fact that how he feels the bike. Now at the last race, as you mentioned, while qualifying, he was really into that groove. The old Rossi, he was doing like he was about to land at the first three positions, but one wobble over there at the final corner in his qualifying too changed everything. After that, he didn't race out. He has complained about the feel of the tires. Mainly, he's not happy with the tire and the way the bike feels. The question is, if that is the issue with him, Morbidelli should also have the same issue. But Morbidelli
Exactly.
is performing good. Now, I don't know whether if it's age or what, but you never know. Why Rossi is called as doctor is just because of his skills of late braking and riding in the rain.
Agree.
Right, right. So more than Rossi being a rider right now for the biking or MotoGP community, he's more like a mentor to everyone these days. So I
Yeah,
still look up to him, and everyone should. All
no
right.
doubt. Yes.
So
He,
now till now we have been talking about all the riders. Let's talk about Ducati. What different have they done this time? And they are overtaking people like anything. Like they have a DRS in their bike, like Formula One. So what
Yeah.
are they exactly up to?
So to be honest, what I have seen this season so far is a straight line is for Ducati. Nobody can beat that. They have the best four riders. One of them, Martin, is injured, but he was looking competitive before he was injured. So Ducati has done a lot of changes this season.
I agree with you. Like there have been some technical changes in the bike. Now there are few factory racing companies which have been allowed to do this. The factory of Yamaha is allowed to do those changes. Then there is Ducati. So the changes that I'm talking about is this bikes come with an electronically adjustable suspension, both the rear and the front. The front they got a dampener, and the rear also it's like a electronic preload adjustment. So they can make adjustments to that suspension according to the field. Because once they go for a practice lap, okay, and once they come back after a practice lap and when they start before the race is flagged, that is the time I've also seen some riders making changes and adjustments to their suspension. So more center of gravity is like lower, traction is good. So some of the companies which are not allowed to do that have been like raised a question over this technology, but MotoGP has allowed Ducati factory racing as well as the Yamaha to do that. Suzuki unfortunately does not comes with it, I believe. And another thing is Ducati has been doing good because Ducati as well as Yamaha, like they are braking very late in the corners because the braking system there is a special device for that as well. It cools down the temperature by I think 4 or 5%. So that's one thing. So yeah, as well as like the riders that Ducati has got this time is they are really good. Not just the factory Ducati. If you see the Pramac Ducati, they are also good. And like Ducati has 1000cc engine with a 250 bhp power. No doubt, that's the fastest bike on the track. And on the straight line, it's really tough to beat it. If
Right. That's some awesome information about Ducati, Mahesh. Coming back to the riders, now we are going to talk about the number 44 of factory Honda, that is Pol Espargaro. Okay, now he is a little, lagging in this season. Now he has a reason, for that. He says that there are three different bikes that has been used by factory Honda for three different riders, and he is not happy with what he's getting from factory Honda. So what do you all think about it?
All last season was on fire on KTM. Okay, he was doing so good. It looked like he was looking for a better manufacturer. He got one, and right now he's trying to just settle in. So once he gets his hands on, I feel he will be a competitive rider soon. So if that happens this season, it's great. If not, then we might see him in the next season performing.
Yeah, I agree. It is not easy to adjust to a certain make of bike. It's not just like we are like riding some street bike and we are just changing our bike, and within a month or so or a year we are good at it. But for this bike, these are MotoGP bikes, guys. So they are really fast, light in weight. There is a lot of difference between the weight of every bike. Okay. Also, the weight behaves in different conditions, the braking, and a lot of things. So until and unless Paul is not confident about the bike, and if he's not happy, take it from me, he's not going to make anything bigger on the track.
So talking about Paul, we will also talk about his brother Alex, who is in Aprilia. So now Aprilia has a good bike and an experienced rider. Okay, in this season. Now this 31-year-old guy has been a 125cc champion in 2004. He has been, getting one podium in his MotoGP career and a lot of wins as well. What do you think? How is he going to perform this season?
He looks strong to me. It's not. I would not say Aprilia as a manufacturer performing great. I would say Alex as a rider performing great. He sticks to his basics and he knows core about his strength, and he's just working on that. And that's one of the reasons why he's performing this season.
Yeah, guys, you need to give some time to Aprilia because if you see the last race as well, the bike failed to perform. In fact, they failed to complete the race as well. So yes, we need to give some time to see how Aprilia performs.
Okay, great information, guys. The next rider who we are talking about is Alex Rins. Now, Alex Rins is nowhere in the last three races, and he's been tasting the dust in every race. So, do you think that Alex Rins is going to grab any points in this season?
See, Alex Rins has a disappointing season. I see him in top 4. The way he performed last season, I thought he would have been somewhere in top 4. And I don't see him anywhere right now. So that's a bit of disappointment, but I hope for the best for him because he's not just a normal rider. He's a top performing rider. So hope to see him and both Mir in the top 5 position at least.
That's right. I agree with you. Now, not everyone makes to MotoGP from Moto2 or Moto3 category, and Alex Rins is one guy. Is that one guy who has made it to MotoGP after Moto3, and we have also watched his races, and he was amazing. He's a really good rider. Actually, he's really good. It only depends on like how he performs in the upcoming races. It must be quite frustrating for him.
All right. In Italian GP, we have seen the last 3 races was won by Ducati riders, and the most manufacturing wins was by Honda. Will it be a Ducati show this time, or Honda, or it's going to be Yamaha magic that's going to happen?
See, Fabio looks competitive. He might win, or else Marquez can do a magical comeback, or Miller can do a hat trick. So I just see three of them who can be in that top position right now.
Anyways, it's always either Yamaha, Ducati, and Honda on the top three. But the tough fight will be between the Ducatis and Yamaha this time, not the Hondas. For sure. Yeah, you never know. The Pramac Ducati also might jump into that rating, the constructors championship rating. So you never know. But yes, it's between Yamaha and Ducatis.
So we wish Miller all the best for the next race. But we, at the same time, we hope that, Fabio, who lost places in the last two races, recovers and again gets to show, what potential he has in the Italian GP. That is, end the video with a good note, and let's wait for the coming races.
Yeah, we really want Valentino Rossi to win the Italian race and show people that he is not done. He has just started. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, it has been, every time it has been the same thing with us guys from the beginning. Like when we started watching MotoGP and we used to follow Rossi, whenever there was rain, we used to get excited because we got the chance to see how he used to ride in rains. And that is where we also learned a lot of things from the techniques. We used to watch his videos in slow motion to see exactly what he's doing in the wet conditions. So yes, we would certainly love to watch Rossi there up on the podium.
Yeah,
we used to wait for Rossi to overtake everyone in the wet race and then, just go through the checkered flag. And especially Lorenzo, when, Lorenzo and Rossi used to fight for pole positions.
Yeah, we can consider if it would be really good to see Marc Marquez and Rossi fighting it out this time.
Right. So, all right, I think we are done here. And it was amazing talking to you guys about the upcoming Italian GP, which is in Mugello. And we will definitely come up with the next videos regarding qualification and a review about the race that is on Sunday.
All right, guys. See you in the next video. As always, stay safe and ride safe.
Yes.